Ok, entonces creo que ya me escuchan. Ok, este, un momento, solamente voy a confirmar que todo esté bien. Sí se escucha bien, es que no estoy segura. Me veo. Aló. ¿Se ve? ¿Me veo? ¿Aló? ¿Me oís? Ah, no, pero me veo en... Ujú. ¿Me avisas? Y Yandy, Yandy, Yandy. ¿Es en inglés o en español? ¿Me escucha? Ok. Mute. Pongo mute el teléfono. Ok. ¿En inglés o en español? Ok, cool. Bye. Ok. Ok. Qué vergüenza. Entonces me pueden ver, solo que yo no puedo saber que me estaban viendo. Qué pena. Bueno, entonces les voy a compartir pantalla y I'm going to speak in English. Okay, hold on. The sharing screen thing is not letting me share the screen. Meu Deus. Sorry. Mm. Hold on. Okay, so in good theory, I should be able to share my PowerPoint presentation, but it's not letting me, the application. So I'm going to be solution oriented and just start, and I'm going to read it, and I'm going to send a link so you can have it while I read it, because I just can't. So I don't know if this works, but I'll send it to the chat, and then maybe Dandina can share it to you guys, because yeah, I'm not able to to share the screen right now. So hold on just a second. I'm going to make it public so everyone can see it. Mm. Everyone with the link can view. Okay. All right, we're going to start. So, hi guys, sorry for the delay. My name is Dalia, and I am the LCP from AIESEC in UCR. So, a little bit of context: AIESEC in UCR was the first community founded in Costa Rica. It was founded exactly 40 years ago. We're going to have like our celebration, like AIESEC in Costa Rica celebration, 40-year anniversary tomorrow. And yeah, so it was first open in UCR, in the University of Costa Rica. And right now we are a committee that has 47 people. We are like in the center of San Jose, which is the capital city. We have like a really big incoming program, so we do get like a lot of volunteers and trainees all over the year. And yeah, so I'm just going to get started. I'm going to give you guys like a SWOT of my like a strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of my committee. And I'm going to add a little things as well because I already have it like in a presentation. So strength. So as I said before, one of the biggest strengths is the ICX that we have, in the way that we do have like a lot of applicants. We do have like a lot of opportunities open throughout like 2 years from now. We have a really good IR, especially with Brazil. So most of our EPs are from Brazil. We are trying to make it more diverse, but this is like something that operations are taking care of now. Also, we are located in San Jose, so that positions us as in one of the biggest markets and most diverse markets of the country, as we are in like located in a university town, so there is like a lot of young people, which is really convenient at times. And it's also very diverse in the way that, sorry, in the way that there is people from all over the country living here. So we have like a lot of like people in our LC are from all over the country. That like helps us with a lot, like to get further from San Jose. And yeah, a weakness would be the OGV program. So not like right now, OGV is growing like this term with only 2 months of working, but the last 2 years it has been decreasing. So last year was a really low year for OGV, especially due to that we changed the VPs 3 times. So we did not have like a fixed VP, and that really like contribute so that the stability of the program did not went like as planned. Also the sustainability, especially of our incoming products. So we have for IGV a sustainability of 1, and for IGE a sustainability of 0. This has a lot to do with like a host program, like the host family program. So if you're applying for ICX, this is something you should definitely pay attention to, like the incoming, like the sustainability part. I think that is really important, more like for 2 of the committees that are really growing on IGV. It's really like a matter of importance. Then our another weakness is the health development index, like the PM and the finance, which I'm going to go through a little bit more in the following PPTs. But yeah, so like as in operations, we are good. but of course we can do better. But as in terms of health development index, we are not that good because kind of we're like um carrying with things from the last terms. Like we didn't report a lot. We don't have like a really good track or like a really good finance education. So we are like starting again with that. But that's also a weakness that we have to deal with right now. Then a background of losing ED members. So as I said, like many of the things that we have right now as problems are due to the lack of stability of the EV from last year. So we lost 5 EV members. That makes it like really hard to like continue with processes or continue with some strategies, and so that's why we have like some lack, like little, I don't know how to say, like loopholes in like things of health development. And then the opportunities, I think it would be like digital marketing, which is something that it hasn't been vastly explored yet. So it's still like a market. Well, it's like a place that we still are discovering. So I think, yeah, like I think it's like a really good opportunity, especially because right now Jandina, which is the MC VP marketing, is helping us a lot to position our brand in the online part. And then partnerships, I think it's also a really important opportunity, as in we don't really have partners. We only have one, which is like a hostel, and as we have been only working with them but for a year, we have noticed how much benefits they give to our committee. But it's also opportunity of growth because we are not really like relevant in the external market or in our external background. So like it's opportunity of growth, of course. And then threats, the relationship with our university. So we are AIESEC in the University of Costa Rica. However, we are not really like aligned to them, or like we have not signed a contract or anything. So that makes it like really hard to put stands, like to set like a stand or to like publish stuff about AIESEC in the university. So it's like a really delicate relationship, which we are really trying to get better, but it's really not like our focus right now. Um, so the next thing, I hope you guys can hear me because I'm not sure if I'm okay. Okay, the next thing is, so what does the Pura Vida movement means for Costa Rica and for AIESEC in Musebre? So for Costa Rica, it's like the Pura Vida movement is like how we call our leadership movement. So let me explain a little bit. So everything we do, I say like all the actions and all the like, yeah, like our daily routine, we do it followed by 3 main values, which is peace, love, and excellence. So we try to like enforce all these 3 values in every action that we do. And I'll have to say that this is something really important for every conference. So every conference we talk about the Pura Vida movement, how we can improve it, how we can contribute to it, and how can we be distinguished by following the Pura Vida movement. As a local level, we don't really have a strategy, maybe because this is something like that we really do like as a national entity, but maybe as a local, we don't really like have the guidelines to do it, which it's kind of sad because like it's important to reinforce it once the conference ends, but we don't do it. So that's like a situation in AIESEC and Musebre. So like the main strategies in my LC are, okay, for the OGB product, which I already said that's decreasing. Well, right now it's like we're starting to grow again, but it's the digital marketing, and like really put our efforts into digital marketing and to become relevant in the digital platforms. And okay, so like really focus as well on the um, Glow Home program. and like really like invest into it, because like I'm treated as a program, because we have been like, there is a global home, but you don't really give importance to it. So um as a national entity, we're like starting to treat it as a product, and we're having summits only for a global home, because we know this is like the main issue of the sustainability. And as a local level as well, like we're going to start going to like language schools and to like different places, so we can set stands, like a stand only for global home, because we know this is going to help our ICX products become more sustainable. And then another strategy is the partner continuity. So as for IGE, for example, this is like the second year we're working with and most of our partners, but before that we were like renewing partners every year and year, and that, as you guys may know, is not the most convenient thing to do. So we're like implementing some communication strategies, so that we don't lose partners with years and years, and that the partner that we sign today is going to last for at least 5 years. And then another strategy is that we have PM and finance and legality touch points, like me with the EV, me with the PPs, every 15 days. And then in the EV meeting, we like do like a checklist of things that need to happen, in order to get better at these areas, because these are like our main gaps. Then the puntos de mejora, like the growth points, are for sure like give more focus to finance and PM, and then focus a lot on the organizational culture, which was really deficient last year. So membership in AIESEC and UCR is the main like realities that you should know is that, okay, so like we are right now one of the biggest committees. We have 47 people, including the EV and so on. We are more or less good with like reportability of team standards and performance and PDP tools. We are like still working on that, the TL report, the members, and that really like it's like a gap that we have. The culture is also something that we are working on, as we don't as we did not had like a defined culture the last couple of years. So we are like reinforcing it, bringing little traditions back, bringing things like routines or like behaviors that we want into the committee. And that's something that we are like just starting again. So it's being slow, it's not as big and present as in other committees, but we are trying to get there. And challenges, I think, are really like most of the mindset that people had from last terms, that were more like of not reporting, of like not going to the events, of a lot of like uncertainty about the financial status. So changing that has been a really big challenge. Okay, so operations. Operations. So the reality is that we have like a lot of applicants. Even in the outgoing product, we have a lot of applicants. That is not a problem for us. The problem is converting them from applicant to approved. For ICX, because of the big volume, and because maybe like the communication with the partners for IG is not like the best. And for IGV is more like the volume, and yeah. And then for OGV is it's like the converting them to approval process that has a lot of gaps, like the fast contacting, the the lack of a physical office. That is something really important that you should know. Um, any of the LCs, I think just one of the LCs have a physical committee. So we all do it like in cafes or in the university, but we don't have a physical committee, an office. And then another like operation reality of the sustainability of the AIESEC product, which as I already said. The challenges are, well, starting OGB like from zero, because we did not have like a lot of basics. So like starting again with OGB was like a challenge, and then having financed opens, which are like the opens that IGB um, open with different NGOs that actually pay for the EP to come. Then the finance part of the AIESEC UCR, like the good points are like our ability to how do you say this in English? I don't know. Well, the money in the bank account right now, because we started, I think we started with like 3,000. Right now we are more close to 5,000. So this has been because um, there was like a lack of routine in like making the different entrepreneur and like the different enterprises to pay. So they like we like created like a system so that they paid like in 2 weeks, and we gathered all the money that we needed. Then the budget execution, that's like something that is not really good, because like there is not like a lot of investments like in OGV, for example. So our budget execution is not that good. Maybe people just don't execute it smart or just don't execute it at all. And then something that is not good in our committee is the auditory auditoria, which is like all the you like gather all the documents from the EPs, and have it like sent in a report. So we're not that good in that part. And then yeah, and then external relevance of LCUCR is that okay, so we are really good positioned in Americas, and we have really good IR. Another like something not that good is the university. As I said before, is not really that like relevant, and a lot of people don't know us. Just some like school, like some student associations that sometimes lend us like their space so that we can put a stand, but it's not really that good. And then what is really bad is that we don't have relevance in our like immediate um like in our immediate background. So we don't like really have partners, or people don't know us, and it's really hard for us to like get people to know AIESEC. So a challenge would be in an external relevance would be that we have not signed anything with the university yet. As a partners, we only have one hostel, which we love, but we only have one. And that's it. So if you guys have any questions, I will stay here to answer, but I am not sure if I can see them. Okay, if anything, you can just write me on WhatsApp. Any question that you have, I'll be more than open. If you want me to say or repeat something in Spanish, I can also do that. And I think that will be it for the moment, if no one has any questions. Bye.